Welcome to the Muuni Pitch program, where innovation meets opportunity. This platform is designed to showcase the ingenuity of Malawian innovators as they present solutions tailored to address the unique challenges faced by our nation. Each innovator will have 10 minutes to pitch their groundbreaking ideas, followed by a 10-minute Q&A session with our esteemed panel of judges for invaluable feedback. Now let's meet our judges for the Central Region. Dr. Patrick Chikumba, Lecturer, MUBAS. Taonga Chunda, UNDP Innovation Specialist. Noz Goa, CEO, Institute of Chartered Accountants of Malawi, ICAM. Hello and welcome to the Muuni Fund Pitch Program. My name is Ruth Kulaisi, and this is the place where ideas come to life. Today we are in the Central Region, and we get to meet innovators coming in from different district councils, bringing innovations, solutions to the different challenges that we face here in Malawi. This is the Ideas Hub, where your ideas have the power to change communities and the trajectory of our country. Create, innovate, develop. Let's pitch.
Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Kuthandiza Malawi tipeze njira zotana ndi mavuto kuza dziko lathu. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Kuthandiza Malawi tipeze njira zotana ndi mavuto omwe amagwa mdziko lathu.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Muuni Pitch program. This is an exciting time for Malawi when young minds are coming up with innovations, solutions for the different problems and challenges that we are facing here in Malawi. I'm very excited today that we are here in the Central Region, getting to hear from you, seeing what's been going on in your minds when you see what's happening in beautiful Malawi and taking us to the next level with innovation. My name is Ruth Kulaisi. I am your host. Very excited to meet you all. Are you ready to show us your pitches today?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic then. Let's go in and meet the evaluators. Good luck as you bring forth your presentations. Let's go.
Yeah. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Muuni Fund is here.
Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for coming in from Cheu District Council. Please introduce yourself fully. We want to know what you get up to on your day-to-day life as well. What do you do and who are you?
So I'm Shedrake Amwana, a student from the University of Malawi. But apart from being a student, I'm also an inventor in which people can come to me and say, we want us to design such a thing, and I do design for them.
Wow. Okay. What are some of the things that you've designed so far?
There is Grace Voice Command AI, which somehow popular here in Malawi. Mm-hmm. There is Napili vacuum cleaner robot. There is an automatic water dispenser. There is a unicycle. So there is this.
Very long. Yeah. Okay, so you are a creator.
Yeah.
Mlengi.
Yes.
Yeah. Jojo, just an innovator. As they say, made in God's image, he's a creator, and we too have that gift to create different things. Yeah. What problem did you look at in your district, and what are you addressing today? How are you addressing that issue as well?
So I'm doing e-ticketing system in which sellers and vendors can pay their fees for their markets using their mobile gadgets. In this system, what we are trying to solve is to minimize the wastage of resources in materials which are used in paying for these fees. and to increase transparency and accountability for different councils here in Malawi.
I love it. I thank you so much. Looking forward to hearing how this pitch goes. And who knows, this could just be another one of the things that you put on your list.
Yeah.
I wish you well.
Thank
All
you.
the best.
Thank you.
I think I have already introduced myself as Sheldon Gamana, and I and my partner, my name is Homer. We are all from the University of Malawi. So we conducted research at Zomba District Hospital. Zomba District Council, in which we found out that the money which the council to collect from the market fees from different vendors across the district of the council, we found out that about 40 to 30% of that money is wasted through the collection of money itself. So there were challenges which the council do encounter, or there are challenges which the council do encounter, apart from the wastage of money. And there are also challenges that vendors don't trust them when it comes to the collection of money, because they don't think the money is supposed to be used as the way it's supposed to be used. And there are mostly shortages when it comes to the collection of money. So for this, we had to come up with a solution in which, to minimize these challenges, we had to build a software called the e-ticketing system, in which this system was supposed to resolve some of the challenges, or most of the challenges which the councils in Malawi do encounter when it comes to collection of money from the vendors or the sellers. So this e-ticketing system is a system which allows vendors and sellers to collect money or to pay for their fees via their mobile gadgets. So they can use any mobile gadget like a keyboard phone and whatever gadget it is, so that they can send or they can pay for their marketing fee. And this system is divided into three parts: the seller part, the council part, and the agent part. For the seller part, the system, as I have already mentioned, that it allows the vendors to pay using any hand gadget or mobile phone. So they can use their mobile phone, and if they want to send, they can just use the code, like the agent code, or they can use the council number to pay for their bill. And this system also allows the vendors and the sellers to access the data from the council. Let's say that they want to know how the money has been used. So they can just send an SMS message code to Malawi. And if they send an SMS message, so they will receive the data on how the system or on how the funds have been used. And if they want to see how themselves they have been paying or they have been giving the fee, they can just send an SMS message called Million. So if they send an SMS message called Million, the system will give them an update on how they have been paying their fees. So this is just an example in which we have the vendor himself running an SMS message called Million, and here it is giving them a breakdown of how the money, of how they have been paying money throughout this month. So for the council part, this system will allow the council to monitor how people have been paying their money. So when it comes to the security of the money which the council is receiving from the vendors, we have included three types of security systems. So we have facial recognition, fingerprint, and the password. Meaning that if the council want to draw money from the system, they are supposed to be three people. One in which it will recognize his face, one it will recognize his fingerprint, and one the password. That's when the council can withdraw money from the system. And once the money has been withdrawn, the system will have a record of how the money has been withdrawn. And at the end of each month, the money, the records of how the money has been withdrawn will be shown to, will be given to the people. Like the vendor has been sold, like this is how the money has been used, and this is how the council is using the money. And the last part is the agent part. So here we can see that using this system, we are minimizing the agents by almost 90%. That means if the council had 90 agents who were like collecting the money, now they will be having, let's say, 10 agents. If the council had 10, they will be having 1 agent who will be responsible for collecting money. In such a way that all the agent need to do is just to monitor who has paid and who has not paid. If the person has paid, then it's okay. If the person has not paid, then the agent will be going there and saying, you haven't paid this month, please pay. So, the system itself will be able to trace who has paid and who has not paid. And the system will be giving the agent, like, these are the people who have paid and these are the people who have not paid. Just to give you an example, to the rate is the e-ticket system. I haven't included the item itself because it's being paid. So it's the e-ticket system for an agent. And to the right, we have the view of how the system will be looking like. So you can see that Mr. Gamana here has paid on Monday, on Tuesday he's paid. And Lonely, he's paid on Monday, and Tuesday he paid. So this is how the system will be looking like according to the agent's part. So, on the importance of this system, we can see that this system is cutting the wastage of, it's cutting the money which the councils waste at almost by let's say 80%. Since councils will not need to pay for the agents, they will not need to pay for the materials which they use for collecting money, like books, pens, and even transportation. Because wherever a vendor is, will be just using their mobile gadget. We can also see that this system is encouraging transparency. Since most vendors here in Malawi, they don't trust like councils, since they think the councils misuse their money. But with this system, they'll be able to follow up, like, this is how the council is using our money, and this is how we should pay to improve how the development of our community should be like. So we can see that it's increasing transparency. And at the end of the day, vendors will be encountered because they'll see exactly that this is how our money is being used. So we are going also to reduce the shortages because, like at Zomba District Council, where we conducted our research, we found out that the agents sometimes will give the short amount of money than what they were supposed to give. So we'll see that with this system, there will be no shortages because no one will handle hard cash. Everything will be digital. Yeah. So that's all I have.
Thank you so much once again, Shadrach, for taking us through the insightful and innovative e-ticketing system proposed for Nchewu District Council. I think for me it's not necessarily a question, but a comment, or maybe both in the same. How does this link with existing systems that are already out there? Why I'm saying this is I understand that Mwanza District Council deployed what they call the local revenue management system, which does the very same, exactly the same. It helps them to collect market fees, parking fees, everything, and it's all digitized with the web portal that they're currently using. How different is this from that? And why build a specific one and not link up with the one that's being done under Mwanza District Council? I still understand it's under piloting phase, but I think it will be rolled out commercially within the district. And I hear also other districts also seeking to copy the same system to deploy it in the same districts as well. Thanks.
Okay. And at first, I had no idea that Mwanza had such kind of system.
Okay.
But I think what makes my system very special is that there's a connection between all individuals who are involved in collection and use of such money. Because if you can see, the council itself is responsible in such a way that money is not just being withdrawn in. And the system is recording, and at the end of the month, is sending the data automatically to all the people who are involved in giving their something.
Okay.
And for the part of how they are using, like the idle money or what, I have no such identity how they are doing. If I can have access to such a system, it's when I will be able to tell that this is how it is.
Right, thank you. Thank you.
And let me just
yes.
Yeah. And this system is not just for like share district because each and every council will be able to use the system.
Okay.
I don't know if that what we are making in what this is this project, but I think this system will be able to use that each and everyone in the lab because everyone can get to us
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. I had the same feeling about the existing systems. We understand most of the local councils, they are using they have already ticketing systems.
Yeah.
Like for Zomba, I think they have introduced it 2 years ago. I don't know when you conduct your research, but I understand now they are using that particular system of e-ticketing. I think my different question is on the, I think on your presentation you mentioned about the withdrawal. You say that the system will be controlling the council on the money withdrawal. But my understanding that in public sector, we have the public finance systems and they have their own procedures and rules on how to handle money. So I don't know how your system is going to control the public financing. To me, withdrawal is not an issue mostly. I think the issue is collecting the market fees.
Yeah.
How the money is going to be used, that's the responsibility of the council, not the system controlling that council. Alright, that means we are introducing a new accounting system for local council.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. So as my colleagues asked, how best your system is going to be integrated with your existing systems. So at least at the end of the day, it can be profitable for the local councils.
Like for Zomba, I conducted this research about a month ago. That's when you were telling me that these are the challenges which we encounter. If we want our system, your system to be good at it, please include this, include this. Like for message number one, if they give me an example, like Chinamwa, they collect using agents, they collect about 8,000 a day from different vendors, and each one gives 200. And the challenge which they had was that these vendors take about 10% of the money which is collected from vendors. And they have also to buy materials for tickets, pens, and they have also to travel with normal so that they can get that hard cash back to the council. So when I was designing the system, I had to include all those things. So I don't know if they are using the system because they told me that they use agents. Yeah. And I think there was also the second question. on controlling. I think what you have said is very true. And if the councils will not like this system, or let's say they have to use a fingerprint, they have to use facial recognition and such things like that, then I will exclude it from the system. I will add no figure.
Right. Thank you, Shadrach. Just want to find out more information on the e-ticketing system that you are proposing for Zomba District Council. One, in terms of vendors, for example, vendors are in two different types. One, they are mobile vendors, and there are also vendors that are resident. Those that are resident in Zomba, and those that just come to go. I'm not sure how you are looking at the type of registration in a way of vendors that are resident and those that are just those that are mobile. And in terms of how you are going to recognize those that are resident, especially where there is there are several members of the family, say maybe there are 3 members of the family, and if someone to register, I don't know whether you're going to use their biometrics or you're going to use their face, like that. What if now today there's this one, tomorrow there's this one, the system allow multiple registration of the same vendor? And again, looking at you're saying that the cost of this is very cheap in terms of rolling out, and they'll be using smartphones. I'm not sure how you're looking at the cost of rolling out the system. And again, how are we going to ensure that each and every vendor or some whoever is using a card there is able to pay? That's now enforcement of the collection of the fees. Thank you.
Maybe let me start from the first question. Can you just repeat the first question? Because so I have to take one.
Okay, I was saying that the vendors are 2 types, mobile and resident. How are we going to ensure that they are all registered?
Yeah.
And does the system allow multiple registration of one vendor, depending on the controls that are going to put?
So, on having mobile vendors, that's what also been told me in Zomba District Council, that the District Council is responsible for a certain type of people, and the City Council is also responsible for a certain type of people. So, we are going to include a system in which it will be responsible for collection of money. Like let's say those vendors who like go from different markets. Here they're in Dinamari, they're in another market, and they're in another market. So this system will allow them. Because the good thing about this system is that anyone can pay wherever he is. Wherever he is, in what market or which market, they will always pay. And the system will organize it. And another good thing about markets here in Malawi, like village markets, everyone knows that today's market is at a certain market, like this market, and today's market is at such market. And it's not like here in town where the market is always stable. So it's just an inclusion of the system which is already there, because the councils, they had to send agents from each and every market. Like if the market decided to market, it means agents to go to the town. So instead of having many agents, you're just going to have one. And this is the agent who will be responsible for knowing the person is there.
Shadrach gave a really good presentation. He looked like he was connected with the innovation that he presented, and more importantly, I felt like he loves building systems, and that's one thing that came across so strongly. but I feel like this was wrongly placed effort. More importantly, that there already existing systems that are out there that do the very same. So it's not necessarily new. And calling a spade, this was not an innovation.
Muuni Fund is here.
In our next episode,
So I introduced you the Brilliance classroom, where we believe that each and every visually impaired student has a chance to equal and quality education.
Zotana ndi mavuto kuza dziko latu. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Kuthandiza Malawi tipeze njira. Zotana ndi mavuto omwe amagwa mdziko latu.
now a young mind creating and bringing solutions to Malawi. You already look so young right now. Please share how old you are.
I'm 22.
22. You are excited, obviously, to present today.
Yeah.
Where are you coming from? What council are you representing today?
Okay, me, I'm from Yulonga, but I'm representing DZ.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What do you do? Are you in uni currently?
I'm just done with you now, but I'm a full-time software developer.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is awesome.
Yeah.
So what is your focus of intervention today?
Okay, so my focus today is on inclusive education. So I'm basically working on a project called the Brilliance Classroom, which is aimed at bridging the gap between the visually impaired individuals and those who have sight. Yeah, so basically that's the whole point.
You were very excited when we first started talking, so I'm expecting a lot from your pitch today.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, my name is Muuni. I'm working on a project called the Brilliance Classroom, and that is a district. So let us just imagine living in a dark world where there is no light.
Yeah.
For example, let's take you are in your room doing your things during the night, and all of a sudden the light goes off. Can you imagine that kind of darkness? So, in that kind of darkness, how can someone truly experience the joy of learning and education? So I introduced you the Brilliance Classroom, where we believe that each and every visually impaired student has a chance to equal and quality education. So currently, as we speak now, there is an educational gap between learners who have got sight and learners who are visually impaired. In a sense that these two are not moving together. You will see that the learner who has sight at 21 years of age, he might be in tertiary or maybe done with tertiary education. But then the same thing does not apply to an individual who is visually impaired. You see that someone in 21 years of age is still in primary school. So there's an educational gap between these two. That's the main challenge which we have now. So you can see that out of the 800 population of visually impaired individuals, only 20% have access to education. And on the 20%, 90% of them that do not access quality education. So this is because they don't have much resources which help them to boost their education. So that's why I introduced you the Brilliance Classroom. So our system uses voice when it's teaching the students. Since they cannot see, they interact with the system using voice. So this system allows them to ask questions, and the system is able to respond to them. Is able to respond to them in real time. So it's just more as an interaction sort of thing. So it also allows them to study. It also allows them to, those people who have difficulty in terms to study, they use drugs. So this system allows them to study, allows them to have homeworks, and this system, everyone can learn using at its own pace, because we know that we have fast learners and we have slow learners. So that's what our product, this system, basically. I'm not saying that I'm the first one to have a solution to visually impaired individuals. Other solutions have been made, but then let me tell you why this solution is different from them. We have solutions like NVDA and JOTS, right? They are all standards for the blind. But then this one has been customized to education. This one, a student can be able to ask questions and the system will answer. They can conduct examination using the system. This system is very simplified. For example, I'll give an example of JOTS. We have used JOTS. For someone to use JOTS, he or she has to know a combination of 30 to 50 characters. But then with this system, the person only has to know 2 combinations of characters. Then you can use the whole system, right? So this system is also able to deliver according to teacher hour. Because we know our primary curriculum from Sunday 1 to Sunday 4, they learn in teacher hour. So this system will help them, will also give us the content in GL, which other softwares are able to do so. So before we go to the scalability, the market size, and the other things, let me show you a simple demonstration of this system. Okay, so as I said, this system has two keys. We have an action button and we have a control button. An action button is used to perform action in this system. A control button is used to control the teacher when he or she is teaching. They can control the teacher to pause or to start again. So we have these two keys. So when this system starts, so the one who is instructor now is an instructor. So the instructor is telling the student what to do now.
Of your class. So, how can you select your class? It is simple. Just press your action button. Only once. When you hear the name of your class, I am starting. I will mention each class 3 times. Standard 1. Standard 1. Standard 1. Standard 2. Standard 2. Standard 2.
You have selected Standard 5.
So what happens
To
here
get
is,
the teacher's
once
attention
this
and
teacher, when he's
interact
teaching the
with the
student, you have
teacher,
a personal
you need to
interaction.
press your
So
action
what happens
button
is, when
once
you are loading the students in the system,
and say your ID number.
each student
If I
has
don't
a class and
recognize your name
this
when you say
specific
your
device,
ID number,
right?
it means you are not in Standard 5. Now,
Yeah.
press your action button and say your ID number.
So reaching this far, each student, when he or she is being loaded in the system, he or she has an ID number. So it's that ID number which the student will be using to log into the system. Because we want to have a personal interaction between the ID which is in the system and the student itself, right? So the student now will press the action button once and say this ID number, right? So the system will pick which student is on that ID number. So let's take a quick 1.
Hello, James Neone.
So this means that James Neone
Please
has
feel
an
free.
ID number 1.
Choose what you want to do today. Please. Listen first before you choose.
So these are the choices which
You
the
can
student
only
can choose.
choose to do the following.
He or she can choose to attend the class,
Attend the class.
study, listen to announcements,
Study.
and write the homework.
Listen to announcements.
So this is an instructor.
Get system
Reaching
help.
this far, we have not
And
started
master.
learning yet.
Write a homework. Now listen carefully to the choices and choose one by pressing your action button. If you miss the choice you want to choose, kindly wait. I will repeat this menu 3 times. Choice number 1. Attend a class.
So the student should have now on to attend the class.
James Leone. Today is Monday morning. You are going to learn English language. Press your action button to start learning with your teacher.
Alright, so reaching this far, the system now is now different from the instructor to the teacher. The one who was talking was the instructor, doing this kind of thing. So now if the student press the action button, he or she will go into the class now. So when you press the action button,
Good morning, James Neone.
the class.
Welcome to our English language class.
Welcome to our English class. Let me start by introducing myself. My name is Elizabeth. I will be your teacher in English subject. Miss Heck Piri. You are strong. You can do this. I believe in you. Let us start our lesson. Please listen very carefully. Today we are going to learn about relationships. 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 Make sure you listen very carefully. Ask questions where you don't understand. So, in the unit of relationships, we are going to look at a certain family called the Counden family.
So you finish teaching the student, you come to a place where It will ask the student if you want to repeat or you have to go to the next part of the lesson. So let's just say the student wants to repeat the same lesson. Maybe he or she doesn't understand. So the student wants the teacher to repeat the lesson.
James Leone. My aim is to make sure that you understand.
Right. So we are thinking, maybe the reason why he or she didn't get the concept, maybe he or she has a question. So this system can allow the student to ask a question, right? So if the student can play a command to the teacher. So this one will be able to ask a question. So for example, if I say, I have a question.
James Leone, what is your question?
So you know that
Please
why this
ask.
student
I'm
calls me
listening.
is because he or she has a
Start.
question. So you give listen here to that question. So let's say I should press the action button and ask the question. What are the types of processes?
James Leone.
Right, so it has made a simple run-up error. Yeah, so it's the idea. What happens here is that it takes the question and then set it to the other set and give the answer, right? So this is how, yeah. So basically, this is how the system works. So there's a part of the examination which I think because of time I haven't demonstrated yet. Yeah, so talking of user experience, as I said, the system is very easy to use, as it only uses 2 keys for the student to navigate through the system. Yeah, so we have once tried this system on students from Chilanga School of Line in Kasuni. So yeah, that's the thing. I think because of time on that, we should
Stuff. That was good. It was innovating. It gave me a different perspective of what could be, and I think that's what innovations are to do. That's our main aim. But for me, I think the question will be, you mentioned earlier on in your presentation that of the people with visual impairments and so on, only 20% of them have access to education. So what's the reason why the other 80% fail to access education? Is it limited classroom space and so on and so forth? The reason why I was asking that was with regards to the system itself, because how do you intend to bring in that teacher-student relationship? Because all this is digital, and students learn at different paces. How would this system be able to tailor-make the various degrees of how students are going to learn? And further to that, Malawi being a developing country, we have got limited access to digital technologies. How do you also anticipate to deploy this type of system to the large 80% mass population that you had highlighted to, balancing the costs of the system against access to such systems by the local Malawian community? Because it would now point towards sustainability of such a system. Yeah, I think I'll pause there and then hand it over to you.
All right, so I think the first thing of you said that those students have different learning paces, right? Okay, so this system has it covered. So there's a dashboard which I haven't shown. When you are adding students to the system, there's an attitude where they have to choose where they have to add to student if that student is a slow learner or a faster learner. So what happens is when
so that's done by the student.
That's done by the school administration now when they are loading the student into the system.
Okay.
Right. So when it comes to the time of sending the IT, when this let's take it, say one, right? One has an ID with the username James Nyoni. So the teacher in this system will automatically know that James Nyoni is a slow learner. Therefore, it will adjust to a pace of slow learning because we cannot be teaching them at the same pace because we know that they have different kind of learning. So if let's take there's Mary has an attitude of faster learning, the teacher in the system will automatically adjust to a faster learning pace according to that student. So each and every student has got a different learning pace. So coming the issue of deployment, yes, what you're saying is true. So this system it can also be deployed in laptop, in tablets. So it will be in tablets, and then what we're going to do, we're just going to be connecting a keyboard with two key buttons. So it can be deployed in low-cost laptops, low-cost tablets, and this system, when we are talking of resources, we know that always resources are limited. So with this system, it's going to be installed in school computer. Let's take if we have let's take 3 computers. As you saw that this system is more personalized. There is a feature which will allow all those students to be using one laptop, one after the other, because we know that resources are limited. So talking of deployment, they can be deployed in tablets, in low-cost laptops. You don't need a laptop with a lot of specification to deploy this system. So yeah, that's the thing.
Okay.
I don't know if I've missed anything.
Yeah, maybe I'll just pause there that my fellow judges can ask some questions as well due to the limited time that we have.
Yeah, thank you very much. Mine, I think we will move to technical. Very impressed with the prototype that you have demonstrated. It is true that the inclusive education is very, very demanding. And we need our primary, secondary students to be in attendance. And we need a lot of technologies or innovations that can help them to be part of the education system. I have 2 areas. One is the content. How do you capture the content? We understand in primary schools we have different subjects. How do you capture that content for a student to learn? 2, I'm interested in what technology are you using for this particular app or application? Is it machine learning involved? Is it artificial intelligence involved? Yeah.
All right. The first question about content. So for the sake of the demonstration, that's why I brought this one. But in terms of content, there's a space for moderators. So the moderators who have the content, who provide the content, and then when they provide the content, we're going to train the AI teacher with that content, right? So it is kind of necessary that we can load as many content as possible. Yeah, but currently, this teacher has been trained to teach subjects which do not involve much of calculation in terms of mathematics. That's for now, right? Yeah, so in terms of content, we're going to have a content creator. It can be a moderator from the means of education, provide with the content. Then we're going to train that content with the AI teacher. So the other good thing about system is that we can, as long as we have moderators, let's say we have a moderator from Zambia, we can also train the content from Zambia into the system. And the way in Zambia means that Zambian students will going to also be doing the system. So it is dynamic and easily updated, you can easily fix it and anytime as well. In terms of technology, there's part of machine learning and most AI. When we're talking of the issue to do with parasites, in terms of the things to do with asking questions, retrieving light questions from the system itself, because we know that accent differs. So let's take, maybe when I ask a question, I say, what are pets of speech, for example, instead of saying parts, I said pets. So the system will know that the student cannot be asking about pets in the system. So just make a simple singularity and say, okay, the correct answer might be in parts of speech. So that's sort of machine learning and AI. So the other part of examination is a grading system, which I didn't show. So you have to write examination, grade the students. There's those sort of machine learning and AI. So we're using TensorFlow for the artificial intelligence.
Right. For me, it's just clarity on the cost of development and deploying.
Sorry.
Cost of development and deploying the system to the needed places. Just like on that.
You're talking of figures now, right?
Yes. Being that you have already done the statistics and the product, you know that okay, fine. So much percentage requires this, but maybe I think only 20% access education or quality education. So you know that 20%. And then how do you get the cost of deploying this, and how do you get the cost of developing and the whole working content?
So just to break it down a bit, for us to further this one, we need there are some gadgets which we have improved now because we don't have those resources now. For example, the keyboard and the braille keyboard as well. And for in terms of content, we have a moderator which will have to do content for us, and we're going to train in the system. So all those things are cost of research, transportation and stuff. So for us to further this system in terms of content, at least a minimum sum of 3 million will help us to do this. So in terms of help us in content development, in terms of research, and that's development in general. So for us to deploy this system fully, we need an extra 7 million. We can bid, for example, me, I'm working under the district. So with that 7 million, we will be able to gather the devices which will be under the district. But we might have a surplus which we can also deploy it in other systems, in other districts. But for us to just to make this for ASM, that's the amount. That's the amount. If it is 10, it will really help. Yeah.
So staff Muuni, there's a district council, inclusivity in education, a big thing, and I was actually quite excited to see what he came up with.
Yeah.
Let me get a comment from you.
You want to start?
Yes.
I think you can.
To me, this is a very interesting project. As we know, inclusive education is very important in our city.
Yeah.
So we need such type of innovations to be available. So I support this particular innovation. And the addition to that is the innovation is being implemented or developed using modern technologies like machine learning and artificial intelligence. The advantage is that it can accommodate as many displays as possible. Another advantage is that it's using audio. Even it can adapt a particular tone. So it means almost everybody can be accommodated, regardless of the time, regardless of the language. Using the local language, whichever is very, very interesting. So to me, I support the innovation.
Any other comments?
For me, I do support the innovation as well, and it's something that we need as a country, to be honest. To promote and increase access to education. I think this is something that's good. The only challenge that I might have foreseen was, yes, it's a working prototype, so obviously there are some nuts and pieces that need to be fine-tuned before it goes out to market. But I was interested to see from his perspective the rolling out of such a system within the Malawian context. I think that's something that didn't drive home for me. Noting that majority of the population is in rural areas, how is that going to be deployed? That even if somebody in Harire, as an example, can be able to effectively use the system and utilize it effectively. I think maybe that's food for thought at a later stage once the innovation is up and running. That's just me.
What are your thoughts on the innovations? Drop your reactions in the comment section below. Until next time, create, innovate, develop.
Muuni Fund is here. yafika. Muuni Fund is here, yafika. Kuthandiza Malawi tipeze njira zothana ndi mavuto kuza dziko lathu. Muuni Fund is here, yafika. Muuni Fund is here, yafika. Kuthandiza Malawi tipeze njira zothana ndi mavuto omwe amagwa mdziko lathu.